Good morning, everyone. It's Tess, and today is tip 181. And I thought I would talk about tips to stay on track. And I found an article in Best Life, and it was a health section from January of 2018. And I'm not going to repeat all of the tips, but I'm going to repeat many of them. And it was 50 stay on track tips. And I thought, well, we could always use a little helpful hint every now and then. Hi, Jessica. Hi, Johnny. So good to see you. So I thought I'm going to just share some tips. Many of these we all know. Some of these might be a great reminder. Just things to think about if you're struggling. It might be something you want to try or remember something. It said the first thing is eat protein for breakfast. And I sometimes don't eat breakfast, but I think that's a good start. Eating protein kind of satiates hunger. So I think that was a great tip. Don't eat in front of the TV. I think we've all heard that one before. So if we've fallen out of that habit or fallen back into that habit, it might be one to revisit. Because I think what happens is we end up eating more than we realized we ate. So we might want to revisit and get away from the TV. This was a good one, and our dentists will love it. You need to brush your teeth more often, because if you've brushed your teeth, sweets don't taste good and you'll eat less. Good morning, Miss Lori. And then Jessica and Johnny. Hello, hello. It says also to know your grocery store layout. The reason you want to know your grocery store layout is you can actually stay on the outskirts or stay out of the areas that have the food you don't really want to add to the cart. The next one, this is a Doc V favorite. Drink water all the time. They find that we often actually need water, but our body will crave food because we don't tend to want to give it water, so it'll crave food to get the liquids. This one, number 6, was to buy a multi-cooker, meaning like Instapots or all the different kinds of tools that will provide food faster, like those pressure cooker things, anything like that that'll get you a healthy meal faster. This one is controversial. It's weigh yourself constantly. Many people, this will actually cause them to derail, so you have to kind of think about who you are, what kind of person you are. If you weigh yourself constantly, and I do weigh myself every day, you have to stay unemotional about it. You have to look at it as just a tool to keep you on track. I weigh daily just so I can go. Like yesterday, for some stupid reason, I was hungry. I got up this morning and I'm up 0.2. But see, I can manage 0.2. I know I ate later than I normally do yesterday because I thought I was hungry. But the bonus is I didn't go out and buy something because I kept going. I want to go buy something. I don't want what's here. And I made myself eat something healthy. Now, am I slightly up? Yeah, because I was out of my pattern. But 0.2 is manageable and will be gone tomorrow. If I decided that I ate bad yesterday and I didn't weigh myself today, I could go 3 or 4 days before I adjust it. So for me, that works because I don't attach a lot of emotion to it. It's a tool and move on. Number 8 is drop the fruit juice. For those who most do have realized now that fruit juice has a lot of sugar in it. So getting rid of that could actually reduce your calories without even thinking about it. Number 9, this next one on my list is number 9, clean out your pantry. That's a good tool too, because if last night, if I'd had bad stuff in my pantry, I would have probably gone to it. I did actually in the back of my mind go, oh, I need to go to the store. And I'm like, no, you don't. You really don't need to go to the store. You're just craving something and you don't need the something that you're craving. The next one, this is going to be important now as we get back into the world. Limit eating out, because many actually eat way too much when they eat out. So you may want to make sure that you're not eating out too often. Then this one I've talked about many times before. Eat with smaller plates and silverware. Hello there, Stephen. I do eat with smaller plates and silverware. I use the small plates and the small silverware. I still use kids' silverware, and it's going to be handy when Johnny comes to visit because I have children's silverware. It does say buy better leftover containers just so that you can keep your food. One thing is, if I do go to restaurants, I ask for the takeout container when I'm first order. That way I can put the food that I know I don't need to eat or I don't need to pick at in the takeout container immediately. This was a good one. Measure and learn your portions visually. So when you go out, you aren't overeating because you simply don't know what your measuring your portion sizes are. It says if you have favorites that you tend to like to go back to, learn ways to make them healthier, and then you don't have to feel like you're neglecting it. You're not getting what you love. You can just make what you love a healthier version. It says keep a strict sleep schedule. I'm going to say I have been following that the past year, and it does help a lot because then I have a routine that I get up and I go to bed every night, and it helps me. Next one goes back to kind of what I was saying, like why I weigh daily. If I have an adjustment to make, I make it right away and I just move on. Just move on. Don't dwell on it. Just keep moving on. If you allow yourself to get into a dwell circle and spiral down, you tend to have problems. The next they talked about was tracking and journaling, and that's a good way to kind of monitor even your emotions, because you can write about how you're feeling, maybe what's triggering you, what foods you have on your mind, what food choices are you making, are you monitoring your portions. The next item they talked about was weightlifting, and the reason they talk about weightlifting is because weightlifting your body actually builds more muscle. Muscle takes more calories to be maintained than fat. But again, some people that'll work for, some people it won't. Drink coffee. I don't drink coffee, but some do. So, hey, it's saying coffee's good for you. This was when we were doing in the office. They actually created desks that would lift so you could stand or sit. So they say stand more. And then the next tip that I kind of tagged was monitor fiber. I think a lot of us don't get enough fiber, and if you get protein and enough fiber, I think it keeps you full longer. And they say shoot for about 38 grams of fiber a day. Move more. We all know that. Stand up at your work desk, walk in place for a few steps. Sometimes they say every 5 to 10 minutes of every hour, just get up and move. It helps the brain get cleared, and it also gives you a little bit of activity. This one's one, especially if we're in the Dr. V tribe. No processed foods. We all know about that one. This is another Dr. V thing. Get rid of the sugar. Reduce the sugar, but get rid of artificial sweeteners altogether. Bariatric patients know alcohol is a no-no. It absorbs into your body wrong. It's full of empty calories, and it will get you in trouble really quickly. Lean proteins, again, less calories in lean protein, and protein does tend to keep you full. No fried food, we all know that one too. Sometimes low carb, and in carbs, maybe think about the quality of the carbs. Are you getting carbs from like fruits and vegetables, or is it processed foods, which goes back to a previous comment, get rid of the processed foods. Then if you are struggling to lose weight, or you're noticing a creep up, monitor your calories. Maybe you just want to consume less or narrow the window of hours that you're eating in a day. I think that's important, especially since some of us that struggle with weight, we got to a point where we were told to graze all day long. Well, as the doc so nicely pointed out, if you give us more opportunities to eat and more meals to eat and more time to eat, we tend to eat too much. Some people meal prepping helps, and I do meal prep. I'll prepare baked eggs, or I like a cottage cheese salsa hummus mix, and I'll have that prepared. Then I can grab some vegetables and I have something quick to eat. And that helps during the workday. Spices, and I've done a lot of that this past year. Try different spices in your food. It makes them more flavorful, and that might be the tool that helps you get some of your unhealthy versions to a healthy spot. Affirmations are really big for me. That's what got me thinking more positive over the past year. Stress, you got to find ways to reduce stress, and meditation and affirmations are what I use to get through stress. And then the last item that I noted from this list of 50 was don't eat late at night. Eating late at night, just it's heavy in your body, and you end up eating more calories because you've extended that window of time you're eating. So I know there were a lot of things here. I'll kind of run through them quickly and then let everybody get on to their work days. But I think this is an article from Best Life Health from January of 2018, and it was they had 50 tips on how to stay on track. I didn't list them all, but it said, Eat heavier protein in the morning for like breakfast or your first meal of the day. Don't eat in front of the TV. Brush your teeth a lot because sweets don't taste good after you brush your teeth, and your dentist will love you. Know your grocery store layout and stay out of the aisles that get you in trouble. Drink water all of the time. Sometimes we crave food because our body wants liquids and it knows we don't like to drink liquids. Buy a multi-cooker so you can make quick meals, because something you made yourself is a lot better than processed or drive-through. Weigh yourself constantly. Be careful with this one. I do weigh myself every day so I can monitor. But if it makes you depressed, you might have to choose a different schedule. But don't make weighing in emotional. It's simply a tool to know where you are so you can keep moving forward. Drop fruit juices. Most of them are full of sugar. Clean out your pantry and get rid of the stuff that'll get you in trouble. Limit eating out, because sometimes if we don't understand our portion sizes, that'll get us in trouble. Use smaller plates and silverware. Get better leftover containers. And when I'm in restaurants, I'll get the leftover container immediately and put stuff in it so that I know what I eat and I don't pick at it. Measure and learn your portions visually so when you go out, you don't get overeat because you don't really recognize what a serving size is. I know I still sometimes have trouble recognizing really what I should be eating. Make your favorites healthier. There's a lot of learning out there. You can replace a couple ingredients and really make something that was a lifelong favorite healthier so you can keep it in your diet. Stick to a sleep schedule. That one is important to me. I do stick to that. If you fail, just move on right now and keep moving forward. It's not emotional. It's just a tool. Move on. Track and journal. That'll just give you an idea of emotions. Weight lift, because to maintain muscle has a few more calories. Drinking coffee, and that would surprise me. Stand more often. Desks, now are up and down, so you can use that. And actually walk in place 5 minutes every hour to freshen up the brain. It will give you a little bit of energy. Monitor your fiber. They're recommending 30 grams a day. Move more often. No processed foods. No sugar, no alcohol. Lean proteins. No fried food. Low carb, but remember there's a lot of healthy carbs which are in fruits and vegetables. Watch your calories or narrow the window of time you're eating if you're having a problem. Visualize yourself living a better life, a healthier life. Meal prep, and like I said, I have baked eggs, or I like a cottage cheese hummus salsa dip that's all I put in it, cottage cheese hummus and salsa, and I'll use that with vegetables. Learn to cook with spices. It'll kick up some of your meals and you'll enjoy them more. And then stress is a problem. And in order to overcome stress, I've also used affirmations and meditations, because stress can cause you to grab foods just to try to soothe yourself. So if you learn to soothe yourself with meditation and affirmations, you can eliminate the stress and also not fall off the wagon. And the last one they mentioned is don't eat late at night, because late at night it just sits on your body and you don't really want to do that. Generally, you want to narrow the window of hours that you eat. Thank you so much. Eileen, I'm so glad that helped you out. So grab a couple tools, and then just remember, each day keep adding a tool until you feel in control again. It's not emotional. It's just something that happens and we keep moving forward. I think it's going to change for a lot of us right now as the world opens. We're going to be faced with all these opportunities that we haven't seen in a year and a half. And we got to remember, we've got lots of time to get all these things in. We don't need to run out and re-experience everything we think we've missed in the past year and a half. Thank you, Jessica and Johnny and Eileen and Stephen and Lori, everybody who's on with me. I hope you have a beautiful day. Enjoy it. And remember, it's not about the food. It's about the healthier life, the adventures, and the experiences that we want to live. Have a great one.